Alright, we're on.
Oh, Fort Lottie, you've got to feel it in your body. Come on now and feel the power.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Power.
one more thing before we start on the Crystal Skull. Got another thing of bad news in wrestling, too.
Oh my God, who's injured now?
Not someone who's injured, someone who's not going to be able to come back and compete anymore. Apparently, the whole thing with Tyson Kidd and his neck surgery, apparently it went so bad to the point to where he's being forced to retire permanently.
So they fucked up his neck surgery?
Yep.
Oh,
So he's getting the Daniel Bryan treatment to where he has to retire.
damn, man.
What's the Daniel Bryan has to retire? What's up with that? I don't know.
Daniel Bryan has retired.
Well, but he has to.
Yes. He has post-concussion syndrome.
Oh my God.
And then Tyson Kidd broke his neck like I want to say 6-7 months back. Hasn't been competing since then, and they just released a statement saying that he might have to retire because of complications due to the
Hey, you might want to
surgery.
post the video in the group, by the way.
Just did.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, Daniel Bryan, one too many concussions, and now he's got brain damage.
Nice. Well, that's good.
Says he's been having seizures and shit.
Yeah. Well, that's...
Yep. It's a really bad time to be a wrestling fan right now because everybody you get attached to gets injured.
Really
Like
bad time to be a wrestler right now. You gotta think part of it's got to do with these motherfuckers not knowing how to work together.
That and the fact that they wrestle like 365 days a year on multiple events a day and shit without any fucking break or vacation time or whatever.
Yeah. Injury time is their off time.
Yep.
Yeah. It's always been a bad time to be a wrestler. Hello?
Not
Yep.
during the Monday Night War. It wasn't. Then it was a very lucrative time.
What you mean during the war between Raw and Monday Nitro?
Yep.
Yeah.
People were jumping ship left and right, and they were all making buku bucks doing it.
And cocaine and strippers.
And cocaine and strippers.
Yep.
Alrighty then.
So, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was the most disappointing thing since my first lay.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was actually well liked by critics.
Well, that's because mainstream critics all get free blowjobs for good reviews. And I hear tell that George Lucas can suck a mean dick.
George Lucas is excellent at the blowjobs.
That's why he's got that beard, so he can tickle your balls with it when he goes in deep.
Well, so is his blowjob skills like gotten worse in the years? Because his Red Tail reviews were terrible.
By that point, he thought he didn't have to suck any more cock.
And he was trying the idea that if you don't like it, you're racist.
Yeah.
Black pilots. You got a problem with black people? You don't like my movie? Is it because there's black people in it?
No, it's because you made a shitty movie, George, like you always do.
And he and the word is he had some other director come in and okay, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
King of the Crystal Skull.
So Steven Spielberg, here's the problem. Steven Spielberg is not the same director as he was back in the 80s when he made the first three movies.
Nope.
He's a very different director, and you can tell throughout the film. He's struggling to get back to that kind of style. The question was, can Steven Spielberg make a movie about silly Nazis after Schindler's List? And the answer is no.
Nope, we're going to have to do Russians this time. Well, how do we portray the Russians?
They're Nazis.
Living in constant fear of being blown up by the United States. Well, that just makes us feel sorry for them.
I don't know. I don't think they were Nazis. They were just Russian Nazis.
I agree with the Plinkett review. I think that at the beginning, Indiana Jones was going to say Russians, I hate these guys, and then they just cut the I hate these guys
Yep.
because they didn't want to offend any Russians, I guess.
Yeah.
And
Well,
this
okay.
is the movie. Go ahead.
What's good about Crystal Skull?
The ending credits when it's over.
If I were to pay 2 compliments to the movie, only 2. Harrison Ford is still fun as Indiana Jones, and Shia LaBeouf actually isn't all that intolerable. And it goes silent.
I'll agree with the Harrison Ford one, but I hate Shia LaBeouf, so.
I hate Shia LaBeouf too, but he wasn't as bad in this movie as I remember. I've seen him do way worse in other shit since then.
I think the only movie I actually liked him in was the first Transformers movie, but other than that, I just haven't really been able to. Well, no, the movie Holes too. I like the movie Holes.
I never saw Holes.
Yeah. I didn't see that one.
The
Oh,
only movie that doesn't have to change its name for its porn parody.
oh my God! Oh shit! Fuck no! I spilled this soda. Yes, I did. I'm trying to roll around here in a very small space and build. Yep, I spilled it. Well, I'm on the floor. I, um, okay.
The European furniture is having its revenge.
I just realized the bear's actually talking to a woman.
Yes. He was here last time. Did not notice.
I was out of it last time. I was
Oh.
mainly just listening to you guys talk about Indiana Jones stuff because I haven't watched it in years. Ugh.
The problem with Crystal Skull is none of it makes sense at all from beginning to end. It just doesn't fucking make any goddamn sense. And I know a lot of shit in Indiana Jones doesn't make a whole lot of fucking sense, but this one in particular, it's just a really bad script, and the movie is edited really poorly, and I'm not usually one to point shit like that out.
Well, in the other Indiana Jones movies, I mean, even if it was something that didn't make much sense, they at least gave it effort to try and make it make sense, where this one just seemed like they were just grasping at straws trying to figure out a plot line to a story that didn't really have one to begin with.
The crystal skull in the warehouse is like magnetized, but it's only magnetized when it feels like it, I guess. Like sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. And later on we find out that's not the crystal skull you're looking for. That crystal skull has almost no bearing on the story at all.
Yep.
Because it's like the Roswell alien or something, I think. And we go back to that fucking warehouse. Because
The warehouse.
That's what we do in the United States. We acquire things and then we put them in Warehouse 51,
That's right. Including
which apparently
skeleton.
only has a contingent of like 6, maybe 10 guards guarding it.
I think so, yeah.
So what was in the warehouse, though? I still don't understand. Was there a skeleton?
Yes, there was a Roswell alien body there that also has a crystal skull, but it's not the crystal skull we're looking for.
What? Yeah, I didn't understand it. So they found it. That's what was in there, but they're still looking for a skull.
We see that alien later on in the jungle when she's trying to interrogate Indiana. She shows him the alien body. She's like, look, he has crystal skull too. Distant cousin, perhaps. And then it has no bearing on the rest of the story, and as far as I know, they just leave it sitting in the fucking jungle right there. The real crystal skull is the one they find in that tomb guarded by those 3 or 4 kung fu guys that came from nowhere and have no explanation as to who they are. If they're supposed to be the guys from Akator, how the fuck did they get there? How the fuck did they know people were gonna be there? Do they always hang out there? And if not, how did they know they were going there right now? What the fuck? Obviously, other people have been there. They put up signs that said grave robbers will be shot. So other people have been there. They didn't kill them.
Right. Why not?
I don't know why. It's because George Lucas wasn't thinking when he wrote the script.
Yep.
And instead of like attacking you with knives or stuff, they try to fight you with blowguns at close range. And they let you stand there and watch them aim it at you before Indy pops up and blows the apparently double-sided dart down the guy's throat.
And that's supposed to impress Sheila Buff.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's impressive. He fucking snuck up right in front of the motherfucker and blew his dart down his throat. I'd be impressed, too. But...
I mean, how you don't even know how he did that. Indy has the Force.
he does.
Indiana Jones is secretly a Jedi, and we just don't know it.
I do like Harrison Ford in the movie. He's still having fun with the role. He's still basically got the personality of Indiana Jones. He's just older. It's got a couple good lines in the movie. The single best bit of fucking dialogue in the entire movie, I don't know who wrote it. If it was Lucas, then good on Lucas. It's when he and his older friend are hanging out in his house, and he's talking about how, you know, Henry Jones has died and Marcus has died, and the other guy says, well, it seems like we've reached that point of life where life stops giving us things and starts taking them away.
Yep.
That's very profound, and it's very sad.
And it probably wasn't Lucas.
Probably wasn't.
Well,
But
yeah. I mean, Crystal and Indiana Jones is one of those things that's going to it's getting taken away. I saw a thing just posted about casting for Han Solo, and I'm thinking, yep, you're going to do the same thing with Indiana, but they're probably not going to do them at the same time, you know?
it won't be Shia LaBeouf either.
Yeah, no.
Kingdom of the Crystal Meth.
This movie was originally going to be Indiana Jones and the Attack of the Killer Ants. And just like last time that Lucas had a stupid idea, Spielberg told him no, and then they compromised by having the giant ant scene. Where they're fighting at the end of the jungle sequence, and they knock over that big-ass ant hill, and the ants that can eat you as fast as the scarabs and the mummy come out.
Which is very mummy.
Very. Yes. It's straight from The Mummy. What gets me, though, is the pacing of the movie. It's so, like, confusingly fast in a few parts, and then it gets so fucking slow. Like, the scene in the warehouse where he's trying to escape the Russians, there's so many continuity errors between shots. Like, he plays chicken with this other vehicle, and the Mac, Mac, the British guy, he's in the front seat of the other car, and he's going, no, 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 you don't know him, you don't know him, you don't know him! Slam! Next shot, Mac and the driver are standing outside of the crashed car that just got hit dead on by a much larger truck shooting at Indiana.
Yeah, they're fine.
They don't. Their hair is stuff.
Yeah. This is where Spielberg doesn't care, right?
He doesn't care. Like, if you look at the interviews that they have on the movie, the whole time Spielberg seems like he just doesn't give a fuck about this movie.
Yeah, no.
And yet, he is apparently very proud of how it came out.
Well, he's happy that it's over.
He says he's thrilled how it turned out, and he's thrilled that families embraced it.
What does that mean?
I don't know what families embrace this fucking movie. If they're families embracing it, then that means that they're Indiana Jones fans that now have kids, and all of the old school Indiana Jones fans hate your fucking movie, Steven, so I think you're lying to us.
No, he's happy that the families embraced it. As in the 13 families. It's Illuminati code.
Ah. But aren't the Spielbergs one of the 13 families?
Yeah. Probably. And the Jay-Z's.
I'll give Karen Allen credit for this. She doesn't look quite as old and bad as I thought she did the first time.
Well, did you see it on the big screen?
No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she is old, but
She is. They all are.
Even Shia LaBeouf.
I kind of like Shia LaBeouf's character a lot, actually. He was one of the better parts of the movie. He's the only one that can hit an emotion besides confused or angry.
And it's more of this kind of determined thing that he does, standing in front of a CGI something.
Well, I mean, like scenes like him and the guy who's like driven insane by the crystal skull. He seems to actually care about that guy.
Yeah.
Like he's brought to tears seeing him all rambling and crazy.
Right.
And that character is the most inconsistent fucking thing about the whole movie.
Yeah, but I like that actor, though.
I love John Hurt, but what the fuck is his character? He's dancing in front of a fire with a bunch of Russians, and then they pull him away from it, and suddenly he's unaware of his surroundings. But then he is, but then he isn't, but then he is, but then he isn't. Sometimes he can speak coherently, sometimes he can't. Sometimes he only speaks in fucking riddles. And then at the end, when the skull gets put back on the fucking skeleton, he suddenly just snaps back to normal. The wiki says that the skull is speaking through him, and I don't. That sounds like after the fact bullshit.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, go back to Alien with him. He's always in a bad situation. You know what I mean?
Or Spaceballs.
Yeah. He doesn't have a good time.
I just watched Spaceballs a little while ago too. I actually didn't know that John Hurt came back to do that one more time.
Yep. Isn't that great?
He's like, oh, not again.
I think I saw that before I saw Alien, actually.
I know I did.
Did not get it. I did get the frog dancing though. Hello, my baby. Hello, my. You know, and I was like, oh, but I didn't realize it.
Yeah. Okay. Going off on a little tangent here. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me your heart by wire, baby, my heart, or send me a kiss by wire, baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you lose me, then you'll be all alone. So, baby, call me and tell me I'm your own. That sounds kind of rapey. If you turn me down, you lose me. And what is a ragtime girl?
Good question.
I think a ragtime girl is a side bitch you go fuck when your girlfriend's on a rag.
I think of
That's my
ragtime, like the musical style. Ragtime. Yeah, well,
Well,
I think.
I'm
I don't
just
know
gonna
what
keep
ragtime means.
fast.
I just remember there was some ragtime thing. Ragtime. I don't even know what it meant. Maybe Depression era. People wore rags.
According to Urban Dictionary, it's slang terminology for a woman on her period.
So that guy must have had a blood fetish.
I don't know. Something.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
But yeah, that fucking crystal skull from the beginning doesn't matter. It's not the right crystal skull, and after we find out that it's not the real crystal skull, it disappears from the movie completely. We don't know what happened to the alien that the Russians had. We don't see them carrying it with them, so that must
Right.
mean that it's sitting in the middle of the Amazon somewhere.
Right, they just left it there. Like, it's not the right
So
crystal skull.
some tribal motherfuckers came up and ate the skin and fucking worshipped the skeleton. And Indiana Jones, Professor Indiana Jones, doesn't know how to say nuclear.
Well, that's not his area of expertise.
Yeah, I know.
Nuclear.
Maybe they did it on purpose with the common tendency in movies to pronounce it nuclear.
Like Gene Hackman.
Like Gene Hackman, yeah. He didn't say nuclear once correctly in a movie about nuclear weapons and nuclear power.
That's right. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
He was taking a page off of fucking what the fuck's his name? The guy who played Jor-El, the Godfather.
Oh, yeah, Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando and his Krypton.
Krypton. People of Krypton. Krypton.
Everybody pronounced it Krypton.
Krypton. I'll tell you this, Krypton ain't no blood turf.
What do you
blood
mean?
not hang out in Krypton.
There's no blood on Krypton.
Oh, I get it.
Whoo, baby. This shelf is shaping up.
Yeah.
Yeah. it ain't a simple thing either.
There is a serious lack of fucking violence in the Crystal Skull, though.
You know what there's a lack of violence in?
Hmm.
The Superman Returns. I think it was along the same lines I felt with Crystal Skull. Like, this is boring, but it's trying real hard to be familiar with the musical notes, you know, and shit, right?
Yeah.
Trying real hard.
Superman movies were never that violent, though.
Not action packed at all, though.
Action-packed, yeah, but they weren't violent.
Yeah, but
My problem with Superman Returns was the fact that it seemed like it was trying to be a drama more than a Superman movie.
yeah,
Yeah. My problem with it is that
Talk about his son.
my problem with it is that they honestly thought that it was going to go places, so they set up for sequels.
right. It's clearly not, though. They didn't set it up for a sequel very well. Like what? What's this? What is the sequel they set up for?
Superboy.
Oh, Scream with his son. Mm-hmm.
Now Superman has a completely new Achilles heel that can be exploited.
Well, I mean, and the whole thing with
I saw ya.
the whole thing with the super. Yeah, his playing. Playing always involves kryptonite. Always.
Yep. Even when it doesn't involve kryptonite, it involves kryptonite, because Nuclear Man was essentially just kryptonite. Okay, so radiation from kryptonite's what hurts him. So let's make a guy that's made of radiation.
What are we talking about now?
Maybe we should go and re-edit all the wikis to call him Nuclear Man.
Yeah, seems like too much work.
Okay. So yeah. What the hell were we talking about? Crystal Skull. Yeah. Same deal.
The aliens' great reward. The aliens' great reward for bringing their skull back to them is to fry your fucking brain.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Doesn't really seem like a promising deal.
And then what?
There's another switch here.
Oh, I said that doesn't really seem like a promising deal.
No. And then Indiana's like, their treasure wasn't gold, it was knowledge. Knowledge was their treasure. Yeah, and all that fucking gold that was stashed on the ship.
Nope.
All those ancient artifacts from other cultures that they collected for some reason.
Ancient artifacts and shit.
That's another thing that doesn't make sense to me about how he said knowledge is their treasure and shit. First off, they're a group of frickin' aliens, probably thousands of years old. They probably have more knowledge in their pinky than the whole collective populace of the planet does altogether.
Definitely. It's super smart. But
They
or knowledge.
They or he or it, whatever, because there's 13 skeletons, but they appear to come together into one alien.
Mm-hmm.
And then
13
there's
families.
There's
It is Illuminati.
Illuminati.
Yeah. And then there's all the questions that come from that. How did the head get cut off? How did a human manage to do that? Or did the alien do it itself? Why do they want the head back if they allowed the head to be taken? The fact that they want it back suggests that it was taken from them, so who the fuck cowboyed up and took one of their skulls? And with what tools? Did they build the ancient Maya-looking temple around the ship, or was that some kind of a camouflage? Why are there bodies in the fucking pool underneath the entrance to this previously unentered temple?
Make it look scary.
Why are they collecting Egyptian artifacts? Did they also influence Egypt?
Yes. And the predators. The
And
predators who would also show up occasionally and do hunts.
that's what happened. The Predators got into a war with those guys, and they did their skull rip thing, and they didn't really want to keep it because it was too shiny, and Predators don't like shiny things, so they gave it to a human, and they're like,
Right.
here, you can have this. They were kind of a lame hunt.
They were really lame.
Their fucking special power is knowledge beaming. Our special power is cloaking and plasma weapons.
Sounds like a legit prequel story.
The last time I went in watching it, I went into it wanting to like it. I wanted to be like, okay, maybe I was just on the bandwagon the first time I saw it, and I just wanted to hate it. I'm going to give it a fair, honest chance. And it made me smile a couple times, but eventually I just started getting this sneer on my face. I could feel it. And then I started to get like really hostile, and then I started getting actually pissed off at the sheer stupidity of what I was seeing on screen. Like, in the first three movies, we have a chase scene. We've got the chase scene with the trucks, they're trying to get the Ark back from the Nazis. In the second one, we've got the minecart chase, and in the third one, we've got the boats, and we've got the whole scene with the tank. And despite the fact that they're not moving that fast in all three of those, it's exciting as shit, and it feels like they're going fast, and like your heart's pumping. The scene in Crystal Skull where they're going through the jungle feels so fucking slow. It feels like they're driving at 20 miles an hour. And like they're driving so smoothly for an area that just had a bunch of trees cut down. I mean, I know they've got their great big Fern Gully fucking tree demolisher, but stumps, felled trees. There would be things in the road. That are they expecting me to believe that thing sucked up the fucking trunks and uprooted all of the roots under the ground in the Amazon jungle? Fuck you.
That's exactly what they're expecting you to believe.
Russian
And
technology.
Sheila Buff is swinging around on fucking vines with monkeys that are apparently capitalist monkeys, because they don't attack him, but they'll attack them damn Russians.
Yep.
And then
because America.
And then the big muscle Russian guy, he gets killed by being taken away by the big fuck all ants who drag him into their anthill. And I said out loud, that's fucking retarded.
Yeah. That's how he dies.
That's how he dies.
It's a good death.
No, it's not.
Believable.
No, it's not.
It's up there with the guy who got killed with the propeller blades. That's how classic that is.
Yeah, let me tell you.
So we all agree Crystal Skull sucks.
It sucks real bad.
It sucks so much worse than even people realize.
Is it prequel bait?
Yes.
Is it actually the same problems with the prequel, or it's different?
Yes. It's episode 1 bad.
So it's not episode 2 bad. Because honestly, episode 2 sucked worse than 1.
It's both. It's as bad as both of them combined.
So if you so you'd rather watch the prequels of Star Wars over this movie?
Probably yes, because the prequels took 3 movies to completely fuck everything up. Crystal Skull managed to do it in 1.
And with less going on. I mean, there was less to fuck up.
And I heard they're trying to make another Indiana Jones movie too.
Well, yeah, there's somewhere between wanting to have Harrison Ford in it and wanting to reboot it.
Not Harrison Ford.
I mean, Harrison Ford is one of the things that helps sell the Force Awakens.
He is, but Indiana Jones, you can cast somebody else to play Indiana Jones, and people will fucking go for it. As long as you make it look good. As long as the trailer is nothing but him jumping through death traps in a tomb, people will go see it.
Speaking of trailers, I watched that one Teddy posted in the group chat earlier. Fuck that. I would literally get a fucking headache if I actually tried going to that movie.
Oh yeah. The first person sequence from Doom made into an entire movie. That's immediately what I thought. It took me a couple seconds to realize what was going on. I was like, wait, the whole movie is gonna be in a first person perspective?
I mean, it's an interesting idea. I wouldn't be able to watch it though because I'd get a freaking headache.
I'd probably be able to watch it, just not on a movie screen. Now
Just
imagine it in 3D on an IMAX.
fuck that.
Or like movie releases on the Oculus Rift.
Yeah, like a VR helmet.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty cool.
that's actually probably going to be something that happens soon. But no, I don't even fucking remember the title. I've already forgotten. Oh wait, no. Hardcore Henry. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's not a very good title. I mean, Hardcore Henry kind of sounds like gay porn.
I know, right? Uh,
I bet the tagline will be like, get up and close and personal.
uh.
You there, Teddy?
I think
Teddy.
I think he glitched out on us.
He'll be back. So yeah, fuck Crystal Skull. This is a like almost decade later review, but if you're curious, see it, I guess, but you're not going to want to see it ever again. This recent time I watched it, this just past week, was the first time I had ever watched The Crystal Skull since it came out on DVD.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Raiders and Temple of Doom and Last Crusade, I've watched each of those at least a dozen times apiece. And they all still hold up better than fucking Crystal Skull does, even with Crystal Skull being a more recent one. Because they went a little too overboard with the CG in Crystal Skull, and CG, it ages really fast. Especially when you're doing scenes that are like 90% CG. Which is why fucking the prequels look so much worse now than they did back then.
That's a problem with a lot of movies nowadays too. It's like a lot of them use too much CG. And
But meanwhile, you've got the original Indiana Jones movies and you've got the original Star Wars movies, and they all hold up today.
Back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I don't have it.
But Crystal Skull's CG looks terrible. It looks like television show CG.
That's insulting.
What's up?
I think he cut out again.
Anyway, so you want to move on to our next topic, or are we still ranting about how
The
much
main-
we hate? Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here. Yeah, let's move on to Deadpool. This is fair warning for anybody who's watching right now. We are going to be talking spoilers. I guess let's give our short version of our recommendation. I am not a Deadpool expert. I know a little bit. I don't know a whole lot, but I know a little bit. As far as I can see, they pretty much got his origin story right, and they pretty much got his character right. He's not quite as insane as I had always heard, but I feel like he probably got crazier as time went on.
Yes.
That and the fact of it being like a movie theater thing, like if they really wanted to fully do Deadpool, which they pretty much got it spot on, but if they really wanted to do him, they would literally have to make that shit not rated.
Well, they'd also have to set shit up to really, like, how Death is in love with him. You got to do that in a different movie.
Yeah.
But
There's a lot of
my short version is I give it an 8 or 9 out of 10. I recommend it. I'm considering going and watching it again, which is very high praise from me because there's only 2 movies I have ever gone to see in theaters twice. I liked them so much, and that was The Force Awakens and, fuck all of you, the first Transformers movie. So give your guys a short review quick.
My short review of it is it honestly I went into this movie fearing that they were going to get the character wrong or it was going to be another bomb by Ryan Reynolds because last time he was in the superhero movie was Green Lantern and we all know how that fucking turned out. So basically the acting in it was good, the music fit the mood and all of it. And like Ark said, the origin wasn't fucked up. The comedy was spot on, the action scenes were high paced and everything, and I don't know. I give it a 9 out of 10 myself and probably will go back and see it again.
It might lose your interest a little bit in the middle, but it'll get your interest back shortly after.
Yeah.
Because it was starting to lose my interest when they got into the drama aspect of it, but it was mercifully short. And since the fucking mainstream critics can't seem to grasp this, this is not a parody, this is not a satire, this is not a spoof of superhero movies. This is a Deadpool movie.
I wonder if any of them have actually bothered reading Deadpool.
I have seen 2 mainstream critics now say that the movie is supposed to be a satire or a spoof, and that's just wholly inaccurate. That's as inaccurate as you can be. That is showing that you have not done any research on this, or that you don't want to do research on this and you don't fucking care who Deadpool is. So don't listen to Richard Roper and don't listen to mainstream critics because apparently they just don't fucking get it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I might cut out again. Yeah, Deadpool. Like, good movie.
You recommend it?
It's a comedy. It's a movie that is girl friendly, I think, as opposed to other superhero movies. Girls will definitely like it. And I think that was something they had in mind. You know what I mean? We got
It,
to win the girls' audience, the girl audience. We do. You know,
it's a comedy movie, an action movie, a superhero movie, and a romance movie.
it is a romance. Yes.
It's a fucked up romance movie, but it's a romance movie nonetheless. Yeah. There was never a time in the movie where I thought she's going to see his face and go, I can't be with you.
That might have been an interesting ending, though.
It would have been a funny ending, I'll admit that.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're going to get balls deep into the spoilers. You have been warned. Goodbye to those who care. Hi to those who don't. So, I loved the opening credits. Directed by some talentless hack, starring God's favorite idiot. Written by the real heroes here. Produced by asshats.
Directed by an overpaid tool.
Yeah, starring a CGI character and a gratuitous cameo.
What was the gratuitous cameo?
God damn it, Stan Lee.
Yep.
I fucking love Stanley in this one.
Yeah, he's like, I get to be surrounded by boobs this time?
All right. Yeah, the opening credits were great. Really liked that. You know,
they did a great job of recreating the whole scene from the original. What was that? Was that even a trailer or was it a pitch?
it was a pitch.
It was a pitch. Well, they did a really good job of recreating.
Remember that Tron thing they did before Tron came out?
I didn't. I've never seen the Tron movies.
Well, before the movie came out, they did this little trial run, this effects reel, basically.
And we lost Teddy again.
I learned today that Deadpool set the record for highest grossing preview day. It made like 12.8 million on just its preview day.
Yep.
It cut out on me again. I don't know what's going on here. Anyway.
So anyway, Tron.
You always cut out when John is the one in control of the stream.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, basically they did a trial thing that showed off what the effects were going to look like, and a little bit of that Daft Punk soundtrack. And yeah, it's that those elements are there. You know, the music that was playing when he jumps down into the car. You know.
Just call me Angel of the Morning, baby.
And I guess that's one of the things they responded to, was all the elements working together, so they wanted to retain as much of that as possible, you know.
That was the opening music. That was the music playing during the fucking credits.
Yep.
And I loved it wasn't just the opening credits, like the credits themselves I liked how it was shot. It kind of reminded me of the opening of Watchmen.
Yep.
And the opening of Watchmen is one of my favorite intros in any superhero movie.
Well, we're going to get some closing credits like that in Batman vs. Superman.
Probably.
That's what we're getting. That's what they say. We're going to get some closing credits that show dynamic action, frozen and shit. You know.
The theater I went to see it with, less than half of the people left when the credits started rolling because we all knew there was going to be a post-credit. And as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh my god, we're doing Ferris Bueller.
Yep. That was pretty cool. I don't think it was worth sticking around for. necessarily.
Well, it was funny. It was funny.
Bunch
He
of
did.
people with Deadpool T-shirts. I found a Deadpool action figure on the ground at the theater.
Did you?
Yes, I did. Yeah. And I Instagrammed a picture of the movie poster on the way in.
I like the little X-Men's Origins Deadpool action figure that he's got sitting in his place.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
The self-referential humor was great. All of them.
Yeah.
I like the one where he says, do you think, what is his name? Yeah. Do you think Ryan Reynolds got where he is on his superior acting abilities?
Yeah. And all this stuff's taken right out of comic books, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea who the X-woman was. I know who Colossus is, but I don't know who the girl is.
The Negasonic, well, I don't even know.
Well, she was cool. She was the source of a lot of comedy.
Yeah. Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Yeah. He's like, okay, here it comes. It's either going to be bitter cynicism or you're going to tell me I'm old. Come on, come on. She's like, you got me in a box here. And he opens the door. He's like, Ripley from Alien 3. She's like, God, you're old. Cue every guy in the audience going, oh, we're all old.
Right. Well, did you notice the one guy he said looked like a child molester? Later, he called him Jared and asked for a foot long.
Yes.
And the whole thing was based on something stupid because he thought he could fix his face. No, I can't do that. You know.
Yeah, I knew his face wasn't going to get fixed because I know Deadpool's face never got fixed. At least I don't think it ever has.
So what was your guys' favorite scene in the movie?
Oh, my favorite scene.
Yeah. And in the scene where he's all ugly, right? Wearing a hoodie, walking up to her, like wanting to talk to her but afraid to, right?
Yeah.
That scene, my girlfriend was like, "This looks familiar," and I'm like, "Wait, it remind you of Darkman?" She's like, "No, Spawn, scene from Spawn." Like, no, I was thinking Fantastic Four with the Thing. He's all like, yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, that is very superhero.
I would have said Vanilla Sky.
Well, I mean, it's very familiar stuff. It's very derivative.
I can't think of a favorite scene because I like almost everything in the movie.
If I had to choose myself, I'd probably say the one to where he's counting down the bullets.
Yeah, that'd probably be my pick too. Or no. My favorite scene is when he's got that guy dead bang and Colossus comes up and starts giving the "You can be a hero" speech, and the music starts to swell up, and you fucking know as soon as you hear that music, he's gonna shoot him in the fucking face right in front of you. And then Colossus pukes up like steely white puke.
I like how they put Colossus in this movie though. It actually worked. They actually meshed well together with each other's characters.
They did. Colossus. I don't know much about Colossus. I don't know how well they did him, but I like how they did him here. I thought it was funny when he was fighting the strong chick, how her titty pops out. He's like, "Oh, you're it's the left one, the left one." She's like, "That is so considerate," and then she fucking punches him in the balls.
My favorite part during that whole thing is when I don't remember what Deadpool says, but Colossus tells him to watch his language because there's children present, and then Deadpool is just like, "Suck a cock."
Yeah. Sorry.
See, when they fucked up Deadpool the first time, I was disappointed because I'm like, but nobody can play him but Ryan Reynolds.
I
That's the
like how they
perfect
mentioned. I
actor.
like how they mentioned that too in the movie. They literally told the fucking Wolverine movie to go fuck itself
Yeah,
subliminally in that movie.
yeah, several times.
Yeah.
Because seriously, nobody else could play him. He fits his personality so well. And I also liked all the little interactions between him and the guy who runs that bar.
Yeah. TJ
When
Miller.
he takes off the hoodie and he's like, "Oh wow," he's like, "Yeah, it's bad, isn't it? Yeah, you are definitely dying alone. I wish you hadn't shown me this." Test. And the
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked it.
the sex montage was fucking hilarious. The whole crowd fucking were pounding their knees at the Happy National Empowerment of Women Day. Strap on.
Yep.
Mm.
The crowd laughed hysterically at the ring thing.
Ring. Oh.
Gave her a ring pop.
Right, and then she's like, where are we hiding this? He laughed hysterically.
The other big laugh was when they're driving to the final showdown and they hit a bump and it, ah, what was that? And it's that guy that he was talking about earlier. He kidnapped his ass and put him in the trunk, and Deadpool's trying to chastise. He's like, "You really shouldn't do that." I am so proud of you. And then you go find her and you do what you know you need to do. Kidnap her. He starts getting out. You know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah, he is the ultimate guy to play fucking Deadpool. You know?
If he were to be a DC character, they fucked up there, because I think if he were to be a DC character, he could have been the Flash.
Yeah, but the Flash isn't even as funny as he is.
Well, no, but the Flash is the jokey numb nuts of the fucking Justice League. The Green Lantern is more of a Boy Scout.
But all the DC characters are kind of lame like that.
Well, yeah.
He's not exactly the jokey. He is kind of the Michelangelo of the DC, but you know, he's still everything's very important.
He's Michelangelo after Michelangelo runs out of weed.
Right. You see, things are very heavy with the fucking Flash. Because I mean, the actor they got right now to play Flash, I will say, he looks like Kylo Ren.
Does he?
Yeah. I mean, Google Ezra Miller. That's the guy playing the Flash in the movies. Ezra. E-Z-R-A.
Spell Ezra.
Ezra Miller. Right? Jesus. Okay.
Yes, he does.
And in fact, people
Oh, God.
up for the role of Nightwing. People were saying he was going to be Nightwing before he got the role.
Dude, I hate this actor. I'm never going to watch The Flash now that I know this guy is the star.
He's the Flash. Why
This
they
dude, This dude was in the movie that finally broke me on my fucking 50 most disturbing movies list.
Uh,
What was it?
We need to talk about Kevin.
What was that about?
About a fucking little bastard kid that they really should have just smothered with a pillow a long time ago that grows up to perform a mass school bow and arrowing.
So then he should have been Green Arrow.
I
I mean, right?
guess. I hated that movie with everything in my body. It starred him, Tilda Swinton, and John C. Reilly.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Tilda Swinton, and I like John C. Reilly. But this little motherfucker dragged the whole movie down so much that I couldn't watch it the whole time. All I could think was they only cast this little pecker face because he looks like Richard Ramirez.
He does.
He looks a lot like Richard Ramirez.
He should be Richard Ramirez.
If he were in a movie playing Richard Ramirez, I would watch it because he would probably fucking nail it.
so you're saying that you stopped your whole 50 most disturbing movie thing because of that one movie, or?
Yes, because of that one movie. After watching not one, not two, but 3 Human Centipede movies, Gummo, and a bunch of other crap I didn't want to watch, that was the one that finally made me say fuck it, and that's why I haven't touched it since.
Ah. Gummo didn't get you. Huh?
No, Gummo was actually the first one I watched.
Not that disturbing. Did you watch Happiness?
No, it was. I'm gonna read you the list of movies I did.
Okay.
Okay. Hostel. I went back and watched Hostel again.
Uh-huh.
I hate Hostel. I'm always gonna hate Hostel. Seeing it again didn't help. Natural Born Killers. Like that movie. Always have liked that movie. Trans-Siberian. Boy, did that fucking give me disturbing blue balls. That movie features exactly one disturbing scene, and it's really quite mild. Valhalla Rising, which was boring as fall fucking fuck. Clockwork Orange, which is already my favorite movie of all time, so I didn't have much to say about it. Human Centipede 2, to which I flung around and watched the third one too, double feature. The Exorcist, and then we need to talk about Kevin. Because the next movie on the list was 7, and I just don't want to watch 7 again. I've seen it too many fucking times. The next movie I would have to watch is I Spit on Your Grave, 1978.
Hmm.
And Gummo is number 39 on here, but I did that one first because I have a friend who Gummo is actually her favorite movie. So I decided, okay, it's my friend's favorite movie. Let's see what she sees in it. And I can't give a low enough rating for Gummo. There are a few movies on this list I want to see. I actually do want to see I Spit on Your Grave. I want to see. Let's see here. Okay, Lars von Trier's Antichrist. I want to see that. Happiness. I want to see that. Old Boy. I want to see that. I've already seen High Tension. I Stand Alone. I want to see that. Eraserhead. I've never seen a single David Lynch movie. Here. I've seen a Serbian film already. The original Last House on the Left, I want to see that because I actually did like the remake, and I heard the original one was way better. Irreversible, I've seen parts of. I'm sure you can guess which part. Requiem for a Dream, I've seen. That's one of my favorite movies ever.
Is that the one about the drug addicts?
Yes, it's a fucking fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. I want to see that. I want to see Audition, Pink Flamingos, Cannibal Holocaust, Necromantic, and the whole fucking reason I decided to pick this list. Number 1, Salo, or the 120 Days of Sodom. I'm guessing you've never heard of that before, John.
Nope.
Teddy probably has, but Teddy popped out.
I'm thinking about ending it off, honestly, because I'm starting to get tired. Plus, I have more cleaning to do.
Well, can you transfer over control of it to me?
I don't exactly think so. I'd have to check. Control room. No, I can't. I'd have to make a new. You'd have to make a new one.
All right, I'll make another one. Just put part 2.
All right.
All right, later.
Talk to you later.